Hi, just a quick update. I wanted to share a story with you, and I'm going to remove names. I'm not going to give details of names or locations because it's unimportant. But the circumstances of what has taken place today is truly remarkable and highlights just how Father is working. So when I say that I received a message and that I've heard a message and that I'm delivering this message to you just to help you understand and to articulate that this is really the case. And it's not just the case in me, but it's in the case of many of you as well. And I'm going to highlight this by this example that I've been following these emails, and I've gotten some emails from an individual that had some very, very mixed messages. Now, the messages that he's receiving, obviously, sometimes are very difficult to translate because anything that the Father makes, the enemy distorts. Anything. So if you want to say that, oh, the Luciferians have this symbol, and that's an evil symbol, understand that the enemy can't create anything. He can only take what God makes and distort it. So he only alters it, just like this earth. This is his distorted version. So this is his attempt. And this relationship that is had between the Father and this is unique. And I'm going to get into that detail because that's going to be a very difficult one for many people to hear, but absolutely critical for you to know. But understand that the enemy distorts these things. So when these messages come to these individuals and to you, that they will be turned upside down and inside out. And so this is why I articulate and say you must pay attention to the attributes of God. Because if what God is asking you to do in this is something that doesn't abide by those attributes, then you have to find the attributes of the Father in it. And it's going to be a very different understanding of what you have. The carnal mind of man is going to be afflicted by the enemy's influence instantly. So this is why dying to yourself is incredibly important in order for you to understand precisely what the Father is trying to say to you. But here's the one thing that he did get crystal clear. I haven't mentioned where I'm at or where I'm going to be. I don't broadcast that. I don't post. I'm not one of those social media people where I'm posting that I'm eating dinner at some place or breakfast. Nobody has any real knowledge of where I'm at with the exception of those that are closest to me around. And they don't share that information. So this individual was in a completely different state, hundreds and hundreds of miles away, and felt that he was supposed to drive to a very specific location, which is unknown, and that he would meet me there, that he was supposed to meet me. And based on that faith, based on the faith of what he had heard and what he received, he got in his car and he drove hundreds of miles. And I didn't know that he was coming. I didn't know that he was here actually until he sent an email to me saying exactly where he was at. And he couldn't understand that I wasn't there because he had taken this step of faith. Well, the reality was I was supposed to be there at that exact time, and something interrupted that. And so I wasn't there. And so all I did was respond and said, be at that exact location tomorrow. And I sent this late last night. And so I went to that exact location, which is where I was going to be today, because I had changed it from yesterday. And he shows up. And when he saw me, he broke down because the confirmation that he had actually done what the Father asked and that I was there was overwhelming. And the discussion that we had, it's clear that we needed to know each other. And it will become more clear as we sort through some of these things. Because eliminating the carnal mind, eliminating the finite mind of man, receiving infinite messages from an infinite God, can be incredibly confusing. Because you're already confused. And the world cannot grasp God. It just cannot grasp him. And so, as he started to go through these things, and I revealed a few things to him, I could see the color in his entire face change. And he started to realize exactly what was happening. And the revelation is going to become more and more clear. Now, for many of you, you feel this same call to serve and to be part of this. And believe me, you will. If you're being called to be part of this, you will be. And I am getting to those. It is not my time. It is the Father's time. And when the location and when these things have been set up and provided, you can come. You can serve at different places. You'll be able to serve. If I had the ability to give you things, to take things off my plate right now, I would. Absolutely, because it's quite busy. And I liken it to, one individual running a very mass organization where everybody is very engaged. Because the one thing that is very true is the amount of emails, the amount of private emails and the stories that I get and the request to help and the request to serve is overwhelming and truly amazing to watch. Because what has taken place is, the enemy feeds on the dark aspects of this world. Hate and greed and anger and despair and sadness feeds on that. And that's changing. People are being healed all over the place just by hearing what's going on. And it's not me. Just as Christ said when somebody would touch his robe and they were healed, and he would turn to them and say, "Your faith made you well." So when they say that Christ healed the woman, well, even he said he didn't heal the woman. He said, "Your faith has made you well." Think about that for a second, and then begin to look at all of the things that were done and what could have actually taken place that makes those moments very real and is going to show you that the scriptures are alive right now, because those very same things are taking place right now. And it's not just with me, it is with many people. Because the minute that they are awoken to this truth, all of a sudden the things that they speak to somebody happens and creates a healing impact. And it's that person's faith in the person that is speaking, because they feel that person's speaking and the words that they say can heal them, so they are healing themselves. That's why Christ said, "For your faith has made you well." So know this. This is an indication as to things that I'm trying to convey. And what I'm trying to convey is this: that you, as a child of the living Father, are far more powerful than you know. One cell of your brain and one little tiny map of the DNA in this physical meat suit that we own built all of it. You can't tell me that this thing up here can't solve the problems that it knows oh too well. This is why Scripture says, "Physician, heal yourself." You're the physician. Understand who is in you, because when this meat suit is shed, you're going to know a lot more about this, and that's an exciting time. So keep paying attention. I just wanted to give you this update and give you a few nuggets, because I have some more things that I'm going to be delivering. I'm going to be talking about the lost tribes of Israel, because we know where they are. They're much closer than you think. Just think about these nations that are around here. How many nations are within this so-called nation? You're going to know who you're around. You're going to know who we've harmed. And we need to begin seeking forgiveness just for that. Because time is short.